most of his life in Prague, and people heard about his novels and his stories, but it is not so known that Kafka was very curious. He really liked traveling, and he had very different interests. We decided to show this, let's say, not so known image of Kafka. And this is what you see. If you go to Prague and you go to some souvenir shop, usually you see a lot of souvenirs with his face. But we decided to show something different. And I personally wanted to be, for a while, a tourist in Prague. I experienced official Kafka tour, and I heard a lot of, let's say, fake news about Kafka, and this Kafka tour ended in this fast food. And I was really surprised how is Kafka presented there and what he has to do with this fast food. So I was thinking this is really Kafkaesque, but we wanted to show curious Kafka. Our main source were his travel diaries, then his letters, correspondence, then also memoirs of his friends, and we followed his footsteps and we visited almost 70 locations, not only in Czechia, but also around Europe. We found information about all these locations, and we knew he went there because of his holiday or because of his business trip. I think it is not so known that one of his holidays, not only one, but several holidays, he wanted to experience something different. Now we can call it like a alternative lifestyle or natural lifestyle. And now we have something very same, like in Kafka time. What he experienced, he visited sanatoriums, but sanatoriums doesn't mean always something like only for really sick people. But in those days, beginning of last century, those sanatoriums offered some special activities. So here you can see one of those activities. This was in sanatorium in Dresden. And mainly people from middle and upper class visited these sanatoriums. They wanted to try something new, so manual work was definitely something what they usually didn't do. They used to work in offices or in banks or in some family companies, as well as Kafka. And we visited these places, we saw these historical materials, and then we traveled also to other sanatorium in Germany, and we found this historical material. This was, now we can call it like a retreat out of city. You know, you spend time, fresh air, you eat some healthy food, and usually when I show this photo, people asking, so where is Kafka? I don't think he is right there, but definitely he saw this kind of activities. Except this natural lifestyle he described in his diaries and correspondence, he always recommended to family members and to his friends, yeah, let's try something new. And so this was one of those interests which we followed in our project. Then also we were really surprised how Kafka, how he was interested into, let's say, modern technologies. And when he went in 1909, when he went to Italian town Riva del Garda, he read in regional newspaper about international aviatic show. So he decided, together with his best friend Max Brod and his brother Otto, they decided we have to see this aviatic show. And Kafka described this experience in his first, but unfortunately last reportage, this experience from aviatic show. He described not only airplanes, but also he wrote about celebrities in the audience, like Puccini or D'Annunzio. And maybe you know that he studied Italian and he understood enough. So he quoted what he heard when he was sitting and observing those aeroplanes. So this was also important aspect of his reportage. And I said he was really interested into modern technologies and innovations. And when Kafka went to Paris 1 year after this show in Italy, then he described omnibuses in Paris. And also in his travel diary, we can find really a very detailed description of Parisian metro. He described the noise, the movement of metro, and honestly, I was really surprised that he described this much more than, for example, famous paintings in Louvre. So that was this story from Paris. Then we also visited other locations in Italy. One of them was close to this lake, Lago Maggiore. And there we were trying to find authentic place where Kafka and Brod, where they used to go for swimming into this lake. And we had the only one, let's say, clue, this drawing by Max. And we compared historical photographs, villas all around this lake. And finally, we found this villa and we could publish this discovery in our book. Then maybe you heard about this photo. I think decades Kafka experts thought that this photo is from Germany, but Kafka expert Hartmut Binder published an article last year that this is Franz Kafka actually in Venice at the beach of Lido di Venezia. And a lot of people think that Kafka was all the time sick, but I don't know if you can see it properly in this image, but he was actually very sporty, of course, until the time when he was sick. In 1917, he got information that he has tuberculosis, but before he used to go for long walks from center of Prague to suburb. He had his own rowing boat, and you need really physical strength for this. So definitely he was more sporty than other friends from literary cafe. In 1917, as I said, Kafka got information that he has tuberculosis, and he did something what really his family members and friends, they didn't expect. All of them, most of them, they said, you must go to some hospital, to some sanatorium. But he did something completely different. He moved to small village, Sirem, which is, let's say, 2 hours from Prague. And he moved there and he spent there several months together with his sister, Otla. And he described this experience in aphorisms. Also, you can find a lot of descriptions in his letters. And you might probably heard that this small village was maybe one of inspiration for castle. But you also heard that Kafka didn't like this kind of searching for inspiration. Okay, what was inspiration for castle? Was it Prague castle? Was it Sirem? Was it Friedland castle? He always recommended, you know, just follow your imagination, and it's up to you where is your so-called castle. If you have time, I highly recommend you visit this amazing village, Sirem, because this village, it is almost the same style like in time of Kafka. There are just a few new buildings, but most of these houses are from 19th century, and you can see more or less the same image which Kafka saw. And for us, it's also interesting that Václav Havel visited this village in 60s together with famous Czech director Miloš Forman. They visited this village and they were discussing that maybe they can write a screenplay inspired by this village and the castle. And then later on, Václav Havel visited this village again in 90s. I don't know how much you know about Kafka's last love, Dora Diamant. She was originally from Polish Orthodox family, and she was the reason why Kafka finally in 1923, why he decided within few weeks, months, when he decided to move from Prague to Berlin to live with her. And this last love story, it's something what is still not so known here in Czech Republic, but I have to say it's really amazing that there are new, let's say, projects about Kafka and Dora. New feature film, The Glory of Life, had premiere this year in Berlin in February. And I think next month it will be finally in Czech cinemas. I highly recommend you this movie because it shows Kafka with all this joy, humor, sarcasm. I think if you would like to discover different, curious Kafka, this film would be the best example for you. And as I said, we started this project, documentation of all these places related to Kafka. We published our book in spring this year, and for us, it was also important to find really creative graphic designer. And we found her. Her name is Sarah Hlasenska. She was a student of graphic design in Zlín University in Czech Republic, and we choose her among the others because we really liked the layout, the graphic design which she showed us, because it's really modern, a lot of colors, and also she used parts from Kafka's manuscript. She used it for the titles of chapters. Every chapter has same style, let's say, the name of location, then when Kafka was there, and for example, here you can see almost the final chapter, Klosterneuburg killing nearby Vienna, where Kafka died. So that's about our book and about graphic design. And it was just short, but I hope inspiring introduction of our project. So thank you very much for this opportunity to show it. And thank you for all this project. Thank you.